Hello, today I'm going to show you another strategy, and this one is with Perma Brew and the Sun Avatar. I have a lot of videos for the Sun Avatar, and they're all a little bit different, but this one is pretty interesting because we're going to be going for the Perma Brew, which makes the Sun Avatar really strong. So you can do this with a few heroes, Pat, Geraldo, maybe even Etienne or Sai. But if you're going to be trying to run this on a harder map like I am here, like advanced, maybe even some of the easier experts, I would definitely recommend Geraldo. The other heroes would definitely work for like some intermediate maps and below, but for this one I'm going to be using Geraldo for some reasons I'll explain later. So first we're going to start with an early game carry. I am choosing to do the Druid, works out pretty well, and you can also use the shooty turrets to kind of like carry up to around 20, where the Druid won't really be able to handle much, but the Druid's pretty good. And then I'm going to get the Dart Monkey, would transform it with the cape, and I get a village right next to it. You just have to make sure that you buy your Alchemist and village before you transform it, because the hitbox is going to increase a lot after you transform it. So for round 40, you might have to use the Blade Trap. I did, so I used it. Not big of a deal if you have to use it, but you can save some money if you don't. I'm going to get some camo detection because this map is kind of tight on space. I use a sub here. Some rounds look really sketchy with the pinks, but it works. You have to trust in it. Normally, I would recommend getting 3 discounts because it will make the Sun Avatar a lot cheaper, and you can get camo detection on 1, or if you're really kind of crazy, you can remember to reapply the Geraldo camo potion. I am definitely going to forget to do that, so I definitely won't. But we can get the Sun Avatar generally before like 60-ish with Geraldo. That's a good goal. We can get the stim on this, and now it's time to save up. So a lot of these rounds are super easy. We'll just fly past that. And oh, I forgot to mention this. I'm going to get an Arctic Wind. If the map needs more range, you can get a Snowstorm just to stop the ceramics, because when you're getting the range cross path, you're going to be missing out on the knockback. But it's definitely better to get the range cross path because you get so much more range and pierce, and just one Arctic Wind will cover that ceramic weakness. So we got that, and we can actually save it pretty well. If you need to, you can use a little bit of the Geraldo's utility to help out, but you really can't afford to spend that much. Just the pickles, because the pickles are cheap. But if you really have to push it with a genie, you could use that, or if you really need the extra damage from one fire, you can do that, but you just have to keep in mind to get the Perma Brew. So now that we got Perma Brew, we should get that around 85 to 87. If you're getting it later than that, you're probably have to rethink your strategy. But after that, we can get our Moab Glue up, get a Sabo up, and use Geraldo's Genies to help out, and also get these Jerry Fires, because these towers that we put it on, they're gonna have Perma Brew buff. Oh look, I dropped my phone right there. That's kind of funny. So when we put the Jerry Fire on a tower that has Perma Brew buff, it's actually going to inherit that buff. You've seen that before with like Shinobis and stuff, and they kind of become wicked strong. So we're gonna have a super strong Sun Avatar. We're gonna have super strong Jerry Fires, and then for round 100, all we need is a first strike, and we can first strike it down, and that is a win. So that's all, and goodbye.